Good day, my plant foldies. This is Richie at Grow Folds, and today we'll be big box store plant shopping at Lowe's at Southwest McKinney, Texas. It is a beautiful late afternoon when I went shopping here, and I want to take you alongside with me so we can go shopping together. As always, please make sure you are pressing the thumbs up or like button for this video. It definitely helps push this content out to more plant lovers like yourself. And also follow me on Instagram at Grow Folds. I'd love to be your friend on Instagram as well. But before we get into the plant shopping, you already know I have to go ahead and plug my plant podcast that I am part of called the Cultivation Corner. We are about to be filming season 3, but if you missed seasons 1 and 2, you should watch it as well.
Hey guys, I'm Janae from Janae Simone.
I'm Steve from Live Plants.
And I am Richie from Grow Folds, and we are
Cultivation Corner. We are so excited. We have a plant podcast. We talk about any and everything, all things plants, and we premiere every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube at cultivation_corner. So be sure to tune in and watch us.
Follow us also on Instagram, and be sure to share our videos and our episodes with all of you plant lovers. We need more cultivators, right,
Yes.
Steve?
Yes, we do. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna share the video.
You have
what
to.
you're
You
gonna do.
have to. Today. All right, guys.
Today.
We'll see you on the next one. I love my good friends Janae, Simone, and Steven of I Live Plants. They are some really good friends of mine, even outside of our plant interests. Good people. So I really hope you guys will also take the time to subscribe to their channels. Search Cultivation Corner on YouTube and check out our plant podcast. I really do think that you guys will find a lot of the plant topics we talk about very interesting, and I have a lot of fun just talking away. I mean, you can tell whenever you go big box store plant shopping with me, I will talk your ear off for an entire hour. But as you can see right here, plant foldies, we've got some Lowe's deals. Lowe's is one of my favorite places to go big box store plant shopping. I mean, pretty much every day, let's be real. I am featuring either shopping at Lowe's, Walmart, Home Depot, or even Target. You know, these are places where you can really acquire some cost-effective plants. You can find some deals, you can find some sale plants, and today I'm just gonna pin around here so you can see that these Bonnie plants are for $10, so you can get a bunch of vegetable plants. Let's go ahead and pick up a couple right over here. You can see we've got many different varieties, and you know, as far as me, a couple of updates. I actually have a very nice vegetable garden. I have them growing in grower boxes and containers, and they are already starting to give me some vegetables, and so I'm super excited about that. I'm also excited at the fact that my garden in the back is doing very well, and with the vegetables that I've acquired and I've gotten them on sale, I actually am thinking about getting even more vegetables that are on sale and putting them in planters because I have a lot. For instance, I recently got some Japanese eggplants, but I wouldn't mind even getting this one as well. I love eggplants, and being Filipino American, you know, we use a lot of vegetables in our cooking, and for me, fresh vegetables picked from your garden will always taste better than even the most organic vegetables that you can buy at a grocery store. And you can see over here, really nice selection. Now, as far as vegetables, almost all of them will always require full sun, and I still have quite a bit of sun in my backyard. I have many trees, many Japanese maples, but they are taking quite a while for them to really establish and grow. So I am still able to grow a lot of these plants in full sun, and that if you actually grow vegetables and they don't get full sun, their yield in terms of producing vegetables is actually going to be less. So you want to make sure that you're giving them full sun. Other care tips about vegetable gardening is making sure that you water your plants consistently. You don't want their soil to dry out completely for too long because the leaves will start to wilt, especially when it comes to pepper leaves. And here's the thing that I learned from my grandmother. I mean, I was actually tempted to buy some shishito peppers. I don't know if anybody likes shishito peppers. I love actually grilling them. They're really good, and you can see that they've already got some blooms. But as far as peppers, I also love the fact that you can actually eat pepper leaves in stews. There is a sour soup that I love to cook called sinigang, and I love using pepper leaves as compared to like spinach leaves, and I learned that from my grandmother, and I definitely have to go visit my grandmother again. She recently had her 90th birthday celebration, and I want to thank all of the plant foldies that wished her a happy birthday, number one. And then number two, for all of the plant foldies that actually have joined my YouTube membership tier called the Super Plant Foldies. Thank you so much, because you saw some behind the scenes stuff of my grandmother's celebration. I do have some more videos from her celebration that are going to be uploaded very soon. I'm just really trying to balance it out. Now, for those that are new to the channel, or for those that have been subscribed to the channel, I would hope you guys would consider joining my YouTube membership tier. Financially, it really does help me out. It helps the sustainability of me being able to produce YouTube videos for you guys. And for the price of a cup of coffee, literally, it's only for $2.99. You will really be supporting me long term in the efforts to produce big box store plant shopping videos, but you get access to me and my personal life. I am a little bit more transparent, even though I feel like I'm already transparent whenever I do big box or plant shopping videos, but I will show more of my family, my indoor space, definitely my houseplant tour. My houseplant tour will premiere and most likely just be on the YouTube membership tier. So definitely consider that. Feel free to join by clicking on the link that is pinned in the comment section of this video and many of my videos. Now, if you are watching my YouTube videos on a laptop or a computer, and I believe even an iPad, you can just hit the join button. That should be showing up. Now, if you're watching my videos on a a phone, whether it's an iPhone or an Android, and on the YouTube app, you won't see the join button, so you'll have to go to the comment section to find the direct link. But anyways, plant foldies, you can see I like to take a little bit of time to show you the outdoor gardening plants. Proven winners plants, $29.98. We've got a white chiffon. This is a Rose of Sharon, and it looks similar to a hibiscus, but what I love about the Rose of Sharon is this one right here can actually be a perennial depending on your grow zone. So what that means is if a plant is a perennial plant, it will actually grow back year after year, even after the winter time. When it dies back, it'll come back in the spring or summer. And then you can see right over here, plant foldies, beautiful sun patient. So impatiens plants usually need to be in the shade, but you can see that it can be in full sun since it's called a sun patient. And then I'm just going to pan over here and just give you some views of the outdoor garden section for Lowe's at the Southwest McKinney, Texas location. love about going to Lowe's and just going shopping is the fact that they really do have some very cost-effective pricing when it comes to a lot of their outdoor garden plants and even these succulents and cactus. So I want to pick up a couple right over here. These are by Oasis Plants. These ones right here are not a bad price at all. And you can see that this is some type of kalanchoe. I love the red margins on the leaves. And you know, as far as succulents, again, you have to make sure that whenever you're planting succulents, you want to give them fast draining soil. That's number one. Number two, the majority of them are going to require a lot of bright light, sometimes full sun. And then number three, and this is super important, you never really want to get the foliage or the leaves wet with water. So I wouldn't water them with a hose or anything, especially if water gets stuck in between the crevices of their leaves, because it could potentially rot the succulents. But for instance, like this echeveria right here, say you get water stuck in between, it could sit there and actually rot the leaves. And you can see that there is a little bit of damage on some of the foliage, and that's because some water might have stayed on there, and then whenever it gets heat, it actually damages the succulent. So people will say that succulents are kind of hard to grow. At least for me, I haven't figured out the growing environment or growing conditions. The only succulent that's been easy for me to grow is this one right here for $6.98. This is a Crusala. This one is also known as a jade plant, and it's actually one of the easier ones. It reminds me of my childhood. My grandmother, my mother grew these as a kid, and it's one of the easier ones. These ones can actually be transformed into bonsai as well. And for those that don't know what bonsai is, it's literally the art of growing a miniature tree. $38.98. This is an Oasis succulent arrangement, and that's a really nice patio type container. And so if you want to skip the process of actually creating your own succulent arrangement, for $38.98, you get so many beautiful succulents right over here. I do love the combination. Again, for succulents, I wouldn't suggest getting their foliage wet. I would try to water the soil or bottom water them. That is probably the safest way to grow them. And then over here is an interesting type of echeveria. This is like an echeveria volcania, something of that nature. And you can see right there, it's just got some weird textures around it. And that's what makes that's what makes succulents quite an interesting genus of plants, because there's so many different textures, colors, varieties. And, you know, it's a whole new world. Oftentimes we try to put ourselves in a specific plant niche. I urge all of our plant foldies, and for those that are new to the channel, I call my viewers and subscribers plant foldies. Welcome, my name is Richie, and I do daily 1-hour plant shopping videos, and I have started to delve into doing live streams featuring my baby chicken. So although it's not plant content, I really like sharing the journey of growing baby chickens into full-blown egg layers. So you will also see what they call pop-up chat rooms. It seems like a lot of our plant foldies like to chat, especially on the live premiere chats. So stay tuned for that. But as you can see over here, this is such an interesting succulent right over here. This one is for $12.98, and this one is the felt plant right here. This is known as a felt plant, and if you touch the leaves, it's got a really velvety texture about it. It is another type of kalanchoe, and it's just got a really nice texture. I mean, I can't believe that it's got a felt like texture on the leaves. Really interesting one. I would honestly grow that in my plant collection. But let's go ahead and just keep walking around and taking a look at some of the succulents and cactus. Oftentimes whenever I take you alongside with me, let's go shopping together for sure at big box stores, but oftentimes I like to pan around and show you how consistent the big box store plants are in the DFW market. I absolutely love it because why not, right? There are so many varieties of plants, but what I can say about the consistency of a lot of the DFW big box stores is they have a lot of plants in stock. Now, in terms of any kind of critique I would give this particular Lowe's, I would say that there are some opportunities where they can improve on their merchandising, organization on some of the indoor tropical plants, but at the end of the day, they still have some quality plants that we should all buy up. Over here are some Opuntia. I love them because they're cold hardy, and these two right here that we're looking at can actually grow in my grow zone, which is 8B. It can actually tolerate really low conditions in low temperatures. And then over here is another type of aloe vera plant, and then we just have more succulents and cactus. So let's just continue to walk around and enjoy how beautiful these plants are. Feel free to leave in the comments section, again, plant foldies, any insights, plant info, anything you want me to know about you, because like I said, again, I love getting to know all of the plant foldies, and with the live streams that I have been scheduling featuring my little baby chickens, Catriona and Charlotte, I will be doing some interactive polls on there. We're going to be doing a lot of fun stuff and super excited about that. But let's continue to look at these plants. Like, look at this beautiful Aeonium plant right here. This is my favorite type of succulent because you can see that it's just got a beautiful flower-like shape to it. Mentioned how I actually have an outdoor garden and I've been growing a lot of vegetables. I love these counter vegetables. These are for $19.98. You can see that they've got different types of peppers right over here. I have a lot of tomatoes growing in my plant collection outside. And you know, as far as growing vegetables, you can either grow them in a raised bed where you just take some 2x4s and set them up, get some ground cover, and actually pot up your vegetables. So that's one way to get some beautiful vegetables, fresh vegetables that you can consume. And then over here, we're going to be looking at some hydrangeas. So hydrangeas, again, are plants that like acidic soil. So you need to make sure that you amend your soil to where it's more acidic. It's going to be able to thrive a little bit more so with that condition. And we have some urban jungle plants here. So this one made it outside, but this is a beautiful Epipremnum aureum, pearls and jade, pothos, another classic, another one I would definitely add to my plant collection. Any pothos plant. I urge anybody that is going to be growing indoor tropical plants to add a pothos plant to your plant collection because it is quite easy. And you'll see we've got so many different plants right over here. I love all of the hostas we're seeing. So hostas are a perennial plant. Love this as well. And what perennials mean is that you can grow these plants in the ground in a landscape, and depending on your grow zone, they will come back year after year. And you can see these are Costa Farms Dracaena lemon or Dracaena Limelights. These are for $22.98 in a 10-inch planter. Look at how bright these leaves are. And again, with Dracaenas, they can be a little bit more low light tolerant. They're a little bit more drought tolerant. So they're going to be an easy to care for plant. Now, in order to maintain the neon yellowish colors though, it is recommended to give them bright and direct light. Otherwise, they're going to be more of a darker green tone about it. So any neon colored plants, the more bright light that they get, the better off they would be. I wouldn't say that these would do well in full sun because these leaves will burn, but lots of light will really push out that yellowish neon green color. And let's walk around over here, plant foldies, and we can just keep looking at some of the other arrangements. So it looks like Nature's Way has these shade patio containers of tropical plants. So we've got a neon pothos, a kangaroo fern, a black's rabbitfoot fern, and then a cordyline Hawaiian tea plant kiwi. What a beautiful combination. I love all the coloration right here. And I would like to ask everybody, as you guys continue to watch my shopping videos, let me know which big box store has some of the best arrangements of plants. I would say this one's not the very best, but I'm still happy that I can go over here and take a look at their beautiful outdoor plants. I mean, you can see over here, Proven Winners plants. Proven Winners has definitely got some plants that are definite winners. It is for $6.98. We've got some Impatience right over here. The thing about Proven Winners plants is that they have hybridized these plants specifically for their line. They've got some very versatile plants, a lot of heat tolerant plants, drought tolerant plants. And you know, I recommend anybody, especially if you're going to have garden plants outdoors, to definitely buy Proven Winners plants. And if you are looking to delve into into the indoor tropical plants, Proven Winners Leaf Joy series. They've got a lot of indoor tropical plants, some that are not even released by Costa Farms plants. So you have many varieties and choices. That's the beauty of going shopping, right? It's us being able to source out plants wherever. And, you know, I mentioned this in a previous video, but I always say, you know, have a diverse outlook of where you buy your plants. Don't feel like you have to buy all your plants at a big box store. Don't also feel like you have to buy all your plants at a local nursery or a small business. It is okay to buy your plants in many different sources. Now, if you're asking me whether we should support local and small businesses, absolutely, 1,000%. And that's the reason why I'm going to plug Peter's Planters in Dallas, Texas. It is one of my favorite plant shops to shop at. And what I love about it is Peter's Planters can source out a lot of the rare and uncommon plants, and she can now ship nationwide. So definitely check that out. But in terms of finding cost-effective plants as well, I also recommend shopping at a big box store. You know, a lot of times people will judge people that shop big box stores, but here is my message for anybody that does that. Oftentimes people will accuse a big box store from taking away businesses, small businesses, local businesses. I say you can still shop big box stores, right? You can still shop Proven Winners plants, Leaf Joy series plants, Costa Farms plants, but still support small businesses. It's all about whether the price is right, or more so whether the big box store is more accessible than, say, a local plant nursery. Because yes, in Dallas, Texas, we have a bigger selection of big box stores and local plant nurseries. So we do have so much selection. I can't necessarily say that for the rest of the country, whether only big box stores are available. And that's the reason why when people ask me why I do so much big box store plant shopping content, is because I feel like it's more universal. More people have access to going to a Lowe's, a Home Depot, or Walmart. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I don't want to buy plants from local small businesses. I mean, I even source out my plants from overseas. And everybody's plant foldy favorite. Say it with me, guys. Hydra Helix. Or however you want to say, the correct way to say it is Hedera Helix, which is the English ivy, $4.98. You already know I have to say Hydra Helix. It is a plant foldy staple. And for those that have discovered my plant shopping videos, I hope I did not scare you. I hope I did not freak you out. But this is just an inside joke where I have mispronounced Hedera Helix for more than a year and a half. It might be cringy. Thank you for all of the bashers, the naysayers that continue to make me relevant by saying that it's very cringy. But you know what? For those that love me for who I am, for those that appreciate the Hydra Helix, you guys are amazing. And again, when it comes down to it, my message for anybody that creates content, my message for anybody that wants to be the most authentic self, listen to your voice, be you, and don't listen to the negativity, because at the end of the day, it is you that is going to be your most authentic self, and it is you that is going to attract people that are genuinely going to care for you. So I've noticed that less and less people are calling me cringy. You might be thinking it, but you know what? You're exercising a little bit better social media tack, and that is another primary reason why I do daily plant shopping videos. Therefore, I can spread that message of kindness, positivity, and just being sensitive to people in terms of how they want to present themselves. I like to roast myself. So for those that have constantly tried to criticize me and say Richie is repetitive, he talks about the same thing. He says Hydra Helix, it's cringy. He is too commercial because he's always plugging in something. I'm going to continue to do that. And if you want to be at this channel, I love it. And I did want to call it out. For those that want to continue to press the dislike button, just know that you have put that much energy to dislike my content. But I love the fact, and this is my quote for you, for the haters or for anybody that has pressed the dislike button, I get to live in your mind rent-free. And that is amazing because I have been relevant enough for you to have that energy to press the dislike button. So that's my spiel, and I just think it's hilarious, and I want to put it out there as much as I want to put out the fact that if you haven't already gotten into coleus plants, definitely consider getting yourself a coleus plant. Y'all, If you don't have one of these plants, and I know people will say it is an outdoor plant, you can grow coleus plants out indoors and outdoors, and they come in so many varieties. You're looking for a plant that's fast growing, very easy to propagate. Literally, the success rate of taking a cutting from this coleus plant and sticking it directly into soil is almost like a 98% chance it's going to take root within 3 to 4 days, and you have a brand new plant. You know, we talk about how do you save money on plants? Well, I mean, through plant propagation, through plant trades, definitely not from plant prop lifting. And, you know, for those that don't know what that term is, it's whenever you go to a big box store, a nursery, somebody's personal collection, and you just like snip off a plant. That is stealing. Please do not do that. And if you've thought about it and didn't exercise it, thank you for not doing that. And if you have prop lifted by taking cuttings and stuff, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, was it that was that plant that important for you to actually lower your integrity and your standards for a plant? Really reflect on that, and then ask yourself for forgiveness, and don't do that again. Do not prop lift, do not scam people, do not trick people, because it has become even more prevalent. Plant foldies, can you believe that? Like, people are really that desperate for plants that we're, you know, taking cuttings, we're stealing plants. We can't do that. We really can't do that. Plants should not lower your integrity. Plants should not conjure negativity either. So whether you want to roast somebody for, you know, having a common plant, or better yet, want to hit the dislike button again for a content creator, ask yourself, was it really that necessarily to do that? Let me know in the comment section below. I really want to know your insights. Plant foldies, and you know, I have a lot of like commentary. A lot of my big box store plant shopping videos have become more of me talking to the plant foldy community directly and really opening up that discussion, because it's a discussion we definitely need to be discussing because it's so prevalent in the plant community. Now, plant foldies, as you can see right here, we have walked into the indoor tropical section, and I will say, in a more constructive feedback for the this particular Lowe's, is I just wish that there was a little bit more attention to detail in just sourcing out these plants and actually organizing them. I get that some big box stores may not necessarily have the staffing or the scheduling for it, but I just feel like to drive sales and to really get more people inspired to go shopping, when it's organized a little bit more, so when the plants are kept a little bit better, you're going to get more people inspired to buy plants. I know that I would build my basket even more and spend more money, and it's happened to me before where I have spent money making impulse buys because I found something as beautiful as this Fittonia plant, for instance, this Costa Farms Fittonia plant. It's an exotic angel plant. This one is for $5.98, but it's all about how you present your product, right? If it's organized, if it's neat, if it's clean, if it's inviting, we are all going to be more inspired to do that. Plant foldies, I'm going to be looking and showing you all of these Costa Farms plants, picking them up and letting you know, like the ruby red Fittonia for what is it, $5.98. This is another beautiful plant. I love red plants. I love looking at Fittonias. I would not buy one though because of the watering requirements a Fittonia needs. It needs to stay moist, and I don't have the consistency in watering, and that's also another thing that I will continue to repeat and let you guys know, that if you're thinking about buying a plant, look at the care conditions, the care requirements it needs in order for it to thrive into your plant collection. Now, this Epipremnum aureum global green pothos, $9.98. This is phenomenal because this is one of those plants that used to be super expensive about 5 years ago. This is actually a variegated green on green variegation that was discovered in Japan. This was something that I paid like $50 US for a one leaf, one node cutting. Thank you to Costa Farms for actually making these readily available for the general public. It's a beautiful plant. Now, the only thing is with this particular pothos plant, you must give it lots of bright indirect light in order for it to really push out that green on green variegation. You can see right over here, this is also a beautiful plant as well. Look at this right here. This is a Hoya carnosa crimson princess. I love Hoyas. I think Hoyas are a plant that you can definitely get into because they are easy to care for. There's hundreds of varieties. They have beautiful blooms. I have yet to get mine to bloom, but you know what? Patience is a virtue, and we'll see whenever my Hoyas decide to bloom. Over here, we've got a bromeliad, and you know, when I first started my plant shopping, I never really cared for bromeliads, but I do find them interesting. This is not a bad price at all by Costa Farms again. And you know, as I continue to do these big box store plant shopping videos, know that I will be featuring a lot of Costa Farms plants. I know that Costa Farms recently just had a little bit of a controversy in just terms of a certain post online. But like I said again, guys, I would say just make sure that you are looking at all the facts holistically and just see what that looks like. I'm not taking any sides. All I'm going to say is this. What I see and what I've seen and the treatment I've received from Costa Farms has always been kind. So I just want to make sure that everybody is just not jumping the gun and really making assumptions, opinions, decisions, whatever that may be. Because look at this. They've presented us with another Hydra Helix. And, you know, all of these plants that we see at big box stores are made possible by Costa Farms and even Urban Jungle Plants, Live Trends Design. Now, all of the plants we are looking at, they are cost effective. You know, a lot of the 6-inch hanging baskets by Costa Farms are typically $16.98. And I have been really good about staying within budget, at least whenever I am going big box store plant shopping. Now, my recent purchases for PlantCon 2025 in Houston, that remains to be seen. But all I'm going to say is this: you only live once. YOLO. Buy the plant if it brings you joy. And it's a little bit contradictory of what I mentioned about really having the intentional thought process of what you're actually going to buy whenever you go plant shopping. You know, the tips I will also present, and I don't necessarily always follow, but I'm going to put it out there, is whenever you are going to go shopping for plants, whether it's an indoor tropical plant, a gardening plant, set aside a budget of what you want. And then also know what kind of plants you are wanting to buy. Do the research on the house plant or whatever plant you are intending to buy whenever you go shopping, like knowing the care tips, the space requirements, the environmental requirements. And I think it's going to make plant shopping easier for you, more efficient. And in long term, you're going to be able to keep the plant alive. But as you can see right over here, I'm just picking up lots of plants. And this one is for $8.98. Manjula Pothos have made it back into big box stores, specifically Lowe. So these are in the 5-inch planters. I do still think that $8.98 for Manjula Pothos are a good deal. I mean, look at that. What I love about the Manjula Pothos, again, is it's got those nice round leaves, beautiful variegation. And the only drawback I would say about Manjula Pothos is it's a little bit of a slower grower, but when the roots establish and if you fertilize it a little bit more consistently, it's going to grow a little bit faster for you. And then you can see right over here, we've got a golden pothos. This one has low variegation, but needless to say, it's still a beautiful plant. And let's take a look at this. So I don't know this particular Hydra Helix. This Hedera Helix has some beautiful variegation. Unfortunately, the plant ID has disappeared, so I'm not sure, but look at this. Plant Foldies, what do you think about the variegation of this Hedera Helix? And despite the fact that a Hydra Helix that one was for you, Kathy, my plant foldie from Canada. But, you know, despite the fact that Hedera helix is challenging, I mean, it's that variegation that really gets me and makes me want to grow one. This one right here is a Philodendron Hederaceum, Brazil. $16.98 is the retail value. This is one plant that I believe everybody should add into their plant collection. Is a classic choice for a house plant. It is an easy to care for house plant. It is an inexpensive, cheap house plant, but it is one that is easily propagated, and it's one of my favorites. Over here is another plant that we have right here. It is a black lipstick pagoda plant. Really love that as well. So as far as what I would say, definitely consider getting lipstick plants. They're very similar to Hoyas. And we're just going to keep looking at all the other plants that we have available here. It looks like we've got another creeping ivy, or is it a creeping ivy? I'm not 100% sure. Or creeping fig, sorry. Really nice small leaf textures. Really pretty plant as well by Costa Farms. And then we're just going to keep exploring and looking what plants they have here. And that's the reason why I said, as a constructive critique, I would just say I wish that this Lowe's location had a little just bit more organization for their plants. I am thankful that they have plants available for us, but I truly believe that they would be able to sell a little bit more plants if they were just organized a little bit neater. Either way, I get to go over here and actually look at beautiful plants like this Hydra Helix. This one is a massive one right over here for $20.98. And look at all of these Manjula Pothos. Like, I'm very tempted to get another Manjula Pothos, even though, thanks to Costa Farms, whenever I went to PlantCon 2025 in Orlando, they gave me a official hanging basket, 8-inch hanging basket of a Manjula Pothos mother plant. And it is growing so well for me, but you know, there are certain plants that you could have doubles, triples, a dozen in your plant collection. Manjula Pothos will always have a seat in the table when it comes to multiples of a specific plant. Same thing with any Aglaonema variety. But I mean, take a look at this beautiful Manjula Pothos. I need this in my life. Feel free to drop a super sticker. It's a monetary tip for a content creator on YouTube. Just press the $sign if you want me to purchase this Manjula Pothos. I will definitely do that. Shout out to David, my plant foldie, that recently gave a huge super sticker. I was able to rescue 2 Aglaonema red siams. There is a shorts video of when I actually rescued it, and I will make a small shorts video of what it looks like when I repot it in a terracotta planter. But Manjula Pothos, they do need bright indirect light in order for them to really have the best variegation. They are slower growing plants. Water when the soil is dry, and that is it. It is an easy to care for plant. And let's just keep picking up some more plants and admiring what they have available at this Lowe's location. Foldies, you saw the beautiful hanging baskets by Costa Farms, and now we're going to look at some of the other plants we have available here. This is a Costa Farms trending tropical plant. It's one that everybody has seen if you're watching my videos. This one is an Epipremnum aureum global green pothos for $19.98. It's in a self-watering planter. Look at that beautiful green on green variegation. I would totally buy this global green pothos. It is an absolute stunner. The only thing about global green pothos is it's not as drought tolerant as some of the other pothos plants. You definitely need to stay on top of the watering. Otherwise, if you let it dry out completely for too long, it starts to get leggy and lose its leaves. So I just want to make sure that, we look at that. And then also, as far as these right here, Ficus lyrata or a fiddle fig leaf tree, this one is by Urban Jungle right here for $24.98. Gotta love some Urban Jungle plants. And later on in this video, I'm going to be showing you some Urban Jungle plants as well as Live Trends design. This one right here is a self-watering planter, fiddle fig leaf tree, again by Costa Farms, $15.98. And my fiddle fig leaf tree actually grows under a grow light. I ended up getting it on sale. It was a rescue plant for 99 cents, and it has been growing slowly but steadily for me, and I am happy with it. I would love to get a variegated version of a fiddle fig leaf tree. Not sure if that one is really going to be a stable plant or if it would be as finicky as people say. And then let's take a look at this sea of Aglaonema golden bays. And this is another plant that I have 3 of them in my plant collection, and I don't mind having another one. It is a larger leaf Aglaonema. It's one of the greener varieties. And as far as the green large leaf varieties, they are the easy ones as well. So we'll see what that looks like. So over here, we've got some Epipremnum aureum lemon meringue pothos. This one is for $19.98. Beautiful pothos plant, self-watering planter, trending tropical plant. And this is a Costa Farms exclusive. That one is a sport mutation that they found on their property and was able to propagate it and make it for the masses. And then here is another golden bay, Aglaonema golden bay. Plant foldies, if you have not bought an Aglaonema, the 3 Aglaonemas I would recommend purchasing if you are a plant foldy would be an Aglaonema red Siam, an Aglaonema silver bay, and the third one would be an Aglaonema golden bay. These are the ones that you would typically find at big box stores. They are the easiest to take care of, and they are the most cheap and inexpensive Aglaonema you will find. And then I'm just going to pan over here and continue to show you all of the plants that they have at this Lowe's location. You can see we have some Sansevierias varieties here. These ones are only for $13.95. These are by Urban Jungle Plants. Look at the beautiful terracotta planters that are hand painted. Beautiful boho looking aesthetic, and I actually like the look of this Sansevieria. I actually collect Sansevieria, or what you call snake plants. They are drought tolerant, they are low light tolerant, they're easy to care for, and it is another recommendation of mine is in terms of just a plant or a house plant that I would add to my plant collection. So let's just continue to pick up some of these plants. You can see we've got some Alocasia dragon scales right over here, and these are only for $13.98. A beautiful planter by Urban Jungle. Urban Jungle actually has a really good selection of Alocasias for a very cost-effective plant price. So again, with Alocasias, I prefer to grow them in lechuza pond. If you're to grow them in soil, you just need to make sure that you stay on top of the watering. But that is another beautiful Alocasia. And that's another reason why I love going to Lowe's, because they do have consistency with their plants. I mean, this one right here is an example of a Syndapsis that has been growing at this Lowe's location for a while. You can tell when plants have been in a big box store because they are either trailing, they've put on a lot of new growth. And you know, this is one that I am tempted to get. The thing about Syndapsis is you have to give it lots of bright indirect light, otherwise they end up getting very leggy. And as much as I like this one right here for $16.98 by Live Trends Design, it is going to be a pass for me today. I don't intend to purchase any plants today, just because I am trying to save what little money I have for PlantCon Houston 2025. It is about 12 days from now, May 31st, and I am super excited. Hopefully any plant foldies going to Houston, send me a direct message on Instagram, because I would love to meet up with you guys. I will be hanging out at the Classy Rabbit soil booth. Definitely check out Classy Rabbit. I love the soil, and it is one that I would highly recommend. If you can't make it to PlantCon, you can still order on classyrabbit.com. It's free shipping. They offer free shipping. And as far as anybody that has been actually watching my videos the past 2 days, or at least this past weekend, you know that I have done almost half a day, 12-hour plus live streaming of my beautiful baby chickens, Catriona and Charlotte, my Barred Rock chicken and my Rhode Island red chicken. So that's something that I have been delving into, is just growing little baby chickens. I appreciate all of the plant foldies that have joined the live streams. It is another way of me creating a pop-up chat room. I know that a lot of you guys will love to go on to these live premiere chats at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, because we all want to chat with each other, and that's what makes this community so fun, because we have gotten to know each other over the months and over the year. And now I have another feature called the pop-up chat room, where I will literally just live stream my little baby chickens. Feel free to hop on those live streams. I will just let them live stream even overnight. It's quite interesting to see people jump on the live streams at like 2 or 3 in the morning. And for those that have given me super stickers or super thanks, which is again another monetary tip that you can give a YouTube content creator, thank you so much for that. And for those that have not joined the YouTube membership tier, please consider joining the YouTube membership tier. I know that I mention this often, but it is only for the price of a cup of coffee, a bag of chips that you would snack on. It's only $2.99, but you will unlock early access to some of my videos, membership only exclusive videos. You will be able to use special emojis, custom emojis, and there's some other ones as well. When I start selling plant foldy merchandise, you will also receive a membership only discount for being a member. And if you want to gift other plant foldies a random YouTube membership tier for at least a month, there is an option under the super sticker tab where you can do membership gifting. So I wanted to go ahead and put that out again, and I wanted to say thank you to all the plant foldies that continue to support me even on a monetary basis, because that makes these YouTube videos possible. It really helps pay for my gas, the time I invest, as well as some of the supplies that I have. Anyways, let me get off of my little blurb before somebody else continues to say, Richie, you're very commercial. I can be, but you know what? Like I said again, I would rather be my most authentic self rather than to not be myself on my personal YouTube channel. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the plants we have here. What I also think is really interesting about big box stores is, again, it's the merchandising. I just wish that we could put these plants in a more organized way, because I just think that there is so much potential. Like, here is probably the 2 plants, and I'll go back to that in a bit, that I would purchase if I were to buy any plants today. But you can see that at least the planters that they have at this Lowe's location are organized in a neat and orderly fashion. This is the one planter that I've been eyeing for more than a year. It's $29.98. I really like this ginkgo leaf tree planter. I just think that it's so beautiful. It is something that I have been eyeing, but for some reason I haven't spent the money on it. I think it's because I can't really justify the budget on spending $30 on a planter. Call me crazy, but I'll spend $30 on a plant. But planters, sometimes I just really have to find them on sale. I know that Target recently put a lot of their planters. Target had a really good sale where it was like 40% off. Now over here is what I was talking about. I am obsessed with this Epipremnum aureum pearls and jade pothos, $16.98. Really love the look of this plant right here. I think it's amazing. It's one of those beautiful curated looks. You can see right here, look at that variegation. And if you look at the nuances of this particular pearls and jade, it has more of a narrow leaf shape, $16.98. And I love that the ceramic planter is a white one or a cream one. And it really does match that white cream variegation of a pearls and jade pothos. I would totally buy this if this was available again at this Lowe's location. I love hanging basket ceramic planters by Live Trends Design because they have very stylistic ones. And then you can see right here Phalaenopsis orchids. And then what else do we have here? We have another beautiful Live Trends Design planter. You can see that the nuances and details of the rope and the leather, and you can see this is another beautiful pearls and jade pothos. I would totally buy both of these. These are $16.95. So for any plant foldies that want to fund this, I would totally purchase these and even show you a video of me purchasing and rescuing these plants. But seriously though, pothos plants, plant foldies, you've got to add them in your plant collection. If you want one that doesn't lose its variegation, get yourself a pearls and jade pothos or a enjoy pothos. They're very similar. Look at how gorgeous these two are. And again, this is another pearls and jade pothos. Both of them are very great specimens of a plant. And then we can look over here. We've got an Epipremnum alplissimum, or what they call the silver streak pothos. This one is for $15.98. Love the look of that one. And you can actually get really large leaves. It's got very elongated leaves over here. And in plant foldies, we're going to now delve into more Live Trends Design plants as well as urban jungle plants. This whole area right over here has a lot of them. I'm just going to continue to pick up some of these plants and show you them. Let me know in the comments section what you think about these plants. Would you purchase them? This one is $24.98. This is an urban jungle hanging basket. I love the Philodendron heteroecium Brazil. To get more of the neon yellowish colors, you need to provide a Philodendron heteroecium Brazil more bright indirect light. As far as watering, water it when the soil is completely dry and you will be doing just fine with it. Now here are all of the Live Trends Design self-watering planters. Look at how beautiful they are. These are only for $14.98. I love the aesthetic of this planter here. And look at this beautiful peperomia. It's got almost an aurea variegation. And so we're just going to take a look at all of these Live Trends Design plants. Let me know if you are team Costa Farms, team Live Trends Design plants, or team urban jungle plants in the comment section. Again, plant foldies, your comments really help drive that engagement for the YouTube channel, and it helps grow the channel so we can get more super plant foldies and regular plant foldies to join. But let's just keep picking up these plants and enjoy their beautiful foliage. So here is an uncommon find of a Philodendron heteroecium. This one is actually a Philodendron heteroecium silver streak. You'll notice that it actually has like white cream variegation versus just the green and neon yellow variegation That's the Philodendron Hederaceum Brazil, but the Philodendron Hederaceum Silver Streak, some people will say it's the Rio. Please leave in the comment section the specifics of the plant ID, but you can see that there is a difference between the Brazil and the Silver Streak. This one is for, I believe, $15.98. It is an urban jungle plant, and I am actually tempted to purchase it because I think it's nice and full. It's an easy to care for plant, and it is actually a nice size for a plant like this. Pothos Neon or Neon Pothos plant, $16.95 by Live Trends Design. I really love the look of it, and that is another plant that, even though the price is $16.95, I think it's worth it because of the stylistic planter. And who doesn't love a Neon Pothos? Use the hashtag Neon Pothos if you love it. That is my favorite Pothos plant. And take a look at these Alocasias as well by Live Trends Design. Look at that. That is a beautiful one. That is only for $14.95. Notice lots of Live Trend Design plants, urban jungle plants. This one is for $13.95 in a taller planter. This is a Peperomia obtusifolia variegata. An example of a plant that I know has been growing here for a while. You can see that it's gotten a lot taller. This is another plant that I may end up rescuing at some point because it's been here for a while. I would hate for it to just go to plant heaven as its future, because this has been growing here for about a month and a half, maybe 2 months, because I often see that particular one, and it's still living its best life. So it's got some established roots. And then look at all of these beautiful new urban jungle ceramic terracotta planters. This one is a bird's nest fern, and I'm gonna just continue to pick up some plants and show you the indoor tropical plants. Hopefully, Plant Foldies, you guys are enjoying this big box or plant shopping experience today. Let me know in the comment section what plants you've been buying. And again, Plant Foldies, for those that have tuned into my non-plant shopping videos, aka Charlotte and Catriona, my baby chickens, thank you for tuning in. Again, I will be having lots of pop-up chat rooms. They will sporadically pop up, and I will just let them stream. Feel free to hop in and out of those live chats, and if you want, you can also share the link to others, and you can even team replay it. So the thing about it is, Plant Foldies, if you're ever doing plant chores, if you want somebody to chat with you, aka me, because I am very talkative, you can just binge my my videos and play it in the background. Or if you want some cute baby chickens chirping in the background and some relaxing brown noise, also known as the fan, you can play my live streams. Again, they do get uploaded to YouTube. They are a good 12 hours long, so let me know. And if you do team replay any of my live streams, again, please use the hashtag team replay. But as you can see right here, Plant Foldies, I'm just doing a final scan around all of the beautiful plants here. And while this Lowe's location may not be the most merchandised and organized Lowe's location, they still have beautiful plants. I'm thankful that the employees still take care of these plants as best to their ability. And you know, as far as plants like this one right here, Dieffenbachia, we haven't really talked a lot about Dieffenbachia recently, but I've been getting into the Dieffenbachia as well. Really excited to present to you guys an unboxing video from Green Spaces ID. I will be be potentially receiving the plants on Tuesday. So take a look at that. And you already know, plant foldies, that I am in the search for Aglaonema. And you can see this is another Aglaonema, Aglaonema Maria. This is a green leaf Aglaonema. It's another common one for $15.98. It's green everywhere, but it is another easy to care for plant. I would say it is one of the more faster growing Aglaonemas and the least fussy when you compare to the colorful ones. And I'm going to dig here because this plant has been growing at this Lowe's location, and I can tell you since Christmas, since December. And you can see that this is a beautiful Aglaonema red Siam, but this one has quite a bit of red on it. Now this one is still $15.98. I really feel like I need to rescue this Aglaonema because it has been growing here since December, and you can see that the quality of an Aglaonema red Siam is really epitomized by the amount of red margins it has. It's a beautiful plant. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna put these two down. Notice how beautiful Aglaonema are, and again, I am very passionate about continuing the campaign of getting everybody talking about Aglaonema, getting excited about Aglaonema, buying Aglaonema, commenting to other vendors and sellers that we need more Aglaonema in our life because they're very easy to care for plants. They're super underrated, but with the power of the Growfold Plant Foldy community, we can hashtag popularize Aglaonema. I'm going to put this red one right here because maybe in a more visible area, somebody will want to buy that Aglaonema red Siam. I may try to rescue it, but again, my funds are super low, but that is a beautiful Aglaonema red Siam for sure. And again, plant foldies, I'm just going to go pick up a couple more plants. These are the interesting ones right here by Live Trends Design. This is a Philodendron Hederaceum Silver Streak Pothos. Beautiful plant, but I'm not a fan of the actual planter. But, you know, to each their own, you've got different aesthetics. And I'm going to just pick these up and then just finish up this video for you guys today. Has been a fun and exciting shopping experience for me. I love taking you shopping with me alongside with me at these big box stores. You know, these are big box stores that can save you money whenever you're starting a plant collection. If anything, you can just window plant shop with me. You let me do the shopping and let me spend the money while you guys can see some beautiful foliage, beautiful plants, and you don't have to spend money at all. That's another way to save money on plants, is just window plant shopping. But again, plant foldies, I will have another brand new video for you guys soon. If you haven't already, please consider joining my my YouTube membership tier. You will see more of my personal plans and help continue to fund and grow this YouTube channel. It is a more sustainable way of continuing this YouTube channel. So press the join button if you're watching this YouTube video on a computer. If not, look for the direct link in the comment section. I will have it pinned for you to join my YouTube membership page for only $2.99. I did want to pan over here and show you this beautiful Aglaonema red Siam. Should I rescue it? Let me know in the comment section. As always, my name is Richie at Growfolds. I will have a brand new video for you tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope everybody has had an amazing day. Keep growing your plants healthy. Bye.